You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
That's good.
Yeah, but like I say, I've just been looking at that Dan Orlovsky, Ryan Clark comment about Sean Payton being disrespectful and all that. Like,
yeah, just because he benched Russell Wilson.
I can't. Well, you heard what RG3 went nuts over it.
I got it right. I got it pulled up right here.
Yeah,
I got it pulled up right here.
I can't take Robert Griffin III seriously. He comes across as a little soy boy as well. That
here
little
it is,
feminine bitch.
Here it is, right here. Yeah. ESPN analyst Sean Payton has behaved as a thug.
Oh,
like what? That was on Get Up this morning here. Did they have a clip? Yeah, they do have a clip. Let's listen in.
Based on money and the financials. And when Daniel says this is the deal that we signed or we offered Russell Wilson, it's not the deal that we or us did because Sean Payton wasn't there. Right? True. And so the business of it is not a problem to me. But let's be honest, Sean Payton has behaved as a thug since he became the coach of the Denver Broncos. Immediately when he gets in the building, he starts to undercut Russell Wilson personally and professionally from his first press conference on. He tells Russell Wilson, you have to stop kissing babies, stop behaving as if you're running for office. Nobody kissed more babies in New Orleans than Drew Brees. Period, point blank. From the beginning, he walked into this building and he had a point to prove when it came to Russell Wilson. You're going to be just like everybody else. I'm going to treat you just like I treat everyone else on the team. That's not the way it works with franchise quarterbacks. Right? With a franchise quarterback, he's talked to differently. There are conversations instead of being talked at. You don't berate them on the sideline against the Detroit Lions because you don't agree with their play. We watched Sean Payton in New Orleans for a decade and a half, never treat his quarterback this way. And so now as you move through and you hear about the phone call, you hear about talking to his representatives about restructuring or doing whatever they wanted him to do to the contract, this was just a means to an end for Sean Payton. This was going to happen at some point. It just happened toward the end of the I don't believe there was a thing Russell Wilson could do to make Sean Payton like him. I think from a personality standpoint, it was a bad match. I think schematically, it was a bad match. But my point is this. Let's hold Sean Payton to some sort of professional accountability. His behavior as the head coach of the Denver Broncos is unacceptable. If I'm the Walton family, I do not want somebody representing me this way. And I want to say this about Russell Wilson, because Russell Wilson takes a hell of a lot of heat. The humility that Russell Wilson has shown, the professionalism that Russell Wilson has shown inside of that building while being treated that way by that man. All I got to say to Sean Payton is you lucky you had the right one.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Is he
what an absolute wanker.
Seriously? You knew the coach that was showing up was a direct disciple of Bill Parcells. How did you think it was going to go? He wasn't going to put up with a diva quarterback that wasn't producing. Of course he wasn't going to put up with that. I mean, he runs a timing and rhythm offense, and Russell can't run it. Plain and simple. You know why he didn't have to come down on Drew Brees? Because Drew Brees executed that offense at surgical precision for 20 years.
Let's just be clear, man. Russell Wilson is no Drew Brees.
No, he's not.
He's
no.
Not even in the...
Even though Russell Wilson was playing well this season and all that, like, Sean Payton knew that he didn't. Sean Payton knew he didn't want him there, to be honest. But he wants things run. Why do you think the likes of Randy Gregory was fucked out quick enough? Frank Clark was fucked off quick enough because they were out to the standard what Sean Payton wants his defensive players to be.
Look,
no, cutting Randy Gregory.
There were nothing but horror stories coming out about Russell Wilson's diva behavior all last season out of Denver. His own teammates. He had teammates that didn't want to F with him.
Yep.
Offensive teammates. Why? Because he, instead of hanging out with the rest of the team, he had an office upstairs because Nathaniel Hackett allowed it to happen. Oh, Russell Wilson's got a special parking space. Look, his teammates were showing up to functions, and instead of being able to walk up to Russell Wilson and have a conversation, do you know his own damn teammates have to check through security to get to Russell Wilson? Are you shitting me right now?
Yeah.
Peyton Manning and Tom Brady don't do that.
Trust me.
That's what
Parcells,
Richard Sherman, Marshawn Lynch. That's
Bill
why they didn't like it.
Bill Belichick, Jimmy Johnson is not allowing a quarterback to have their own office. That's not going to happen.
Ever.
Sean Payton not going to allow that to happen.
And he made it clear before the season it wasn't happening. He made it real clear. He said, well, we're not we're not doing that kind of stuff here.
See, I wish my Cowboys had a coach that they feared.
Y'all should have had him.
Yes, we should have had him.
Yeah.
But the players, when the Cowboys are winning Super Bowls, man, they love Jimmy Johnson, but they feared him.
Absolutely.
Do you think the Cowboys actually fear Mike McCarthy?
Look, if you were on the Cowboys and you were anybody, I mean, Jimmy Johnson, he cut your ass in a minute.
But let's be clear though. He wasn't cutting Troy Aikman.
No, but Troy Aikman acted like a professional.
Yes,
continuously.
He was a leader.
I mean, how many video cameras do you believe Troy Aikman would have picked up talking about he's Mr. Unlimited? I mean, do you ever see a world where Troy Aikman would have ever done that? No. And do you I mean, you know good and well, Sean Payton's looking at that kind of crap and he's just rolling his eyes. He's like, come on now. You know, my franchise quarterbacks, look, Tom Brady and Sean Payton wanted to coach and play quarterback together in Miami. That's your example of how to act and conduct yourself. It's Tom effing Brady. Not how you're doing it, Russell Wilson. No, it wasn't going to work. It's never going to work.
If the Broncos were lucky enough to trade Russell Wilson, would they still have the $85 million cap hit on their hands?
No, it would depend. They can negotiate something with the other team, but generally speaking, if you trade for somebody, you take the contract. So some other team would take the contract. They ain't nobody taking that contract. And I'm going to tell you,
good.
No, and I'm going to tell you, Russell Wilson is about to screw the Denver Broncos next year because they're going to owe him money. There's offset language in his contract. I've looked at it. But what he's going to do, just to stick it to the Broncos, let's say the Raiders call and the Raiders are like, Russell Wilson's going to be our quarterback. Russell's going to be like, oh, the Broncos owe me $37 million or whatever it is, $39 million, I think. He's going to sign with the Raiders for $2 million. And that's all that's going to offset and make the Broncos pay $37 million of it. He's about to screw the Broncos. So he's going to get his revenge regardless of how this is going to go. He's just not going to get an injury guarantee. Okay?
Yeah.
So you know, it is what it is. He ripped the Band-Aid off. Plus, Sean Payton wants to see what Jarrett Stidham can do. And I don't blame him. I'd have done it earlier. But they made that little playoff run, so they pumped the brakes. This almost happened like 6 weeks ago.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.